Moving on, the Mumbai police has filed an FIR against a person who had tweeted defamatory message against the Maharashtra Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis. The police in Oshiwara station have lodged the case against one Ajay Hatewar. Hatewar had allegedly tweeted against Fadnavis and posted images of Fadnavis vacationing with his family abroad in the year 2011-12. The criticism was that he was holidaying with the family on public money. The party clarified that it was an old photograph of a trip with his wife and daughter to Goa, which was linked to his recent US trip in the tweet. Hatewar has been booked under the Section 67 of the Information and Technology Act. The cops swung into action after a BJP worker filed a police complaint. BJP workers have also decided to lodge complaints across the state over the issue. Too extreme in this case?
I think it's extreme to the point of being outrageous. You know, I was reading the newspaper report that has actually highlighted what's happened. I mean, this is nothing but a sign of a very autocratic, dictatorial state. I mean, just think about it, that this gentleman has tweeted a picture which is apparently in the social media profile of the Chief Minister. It is either on his Facebook or on some whatever, in some private profile of his, but available for public consumption on social media. Now, he may have tweeted the wrong picture and said that, you know, the Chief Minister is holidaying. But, you know, at the end of the day, you can't have such a hypersensitive Chief Minister. I mean, I remember he was there in the US. He threatened to, you know, kind of have criminal intimidation or defamation cases against people who were talking about, you know, the airline delay that happened of the Air India. And now you're taking on somebody who's perhaps circulating a WhatsApp message. But let me tell you, in public life, well, it's true that there should not be, if there's an allegation that is false or if it's really seriously defamatory, I can understand. But, you know, if that picture is not really the one, that it is not really holidaying, he has got nothing to worry about. I mean, this is not the kind of a reaction where you're going to arrest somebody. I mean, he's being arrested. I mean, there's an FIR lodged against him. I mean, to my mind, I mean, this is as absurd as it can get. It's a sign of an extremely intolerant government, and a Chief Minister doing this for his own so-called personal reputation, I think is extremely frightening.
But this is not the first time we've seen such an instance in Maharashtra. This has been happening repeatedly in the state, sir. Be it the Congress-led government earlier with the NCP or the BJP-led government with the Shiv Sena.
Yeah, you know what is absolutely shocking about this incident is this is the same government led by Devendra Fadnavis that has recently gone and said that you can't even file an FIR against a bureaucrat or a politician without, you know, the sanction of it coming from the Chief Minister or from the government. I mean, it is as draconian as you can imagine. So the common man of India today, I mean, just think about how grave this issue is. If you and I feel today that there's a bureaucrat or a politician who's corrupt, you and I need the permission of this government to file an FIR. Forget prosecution. You need the permission of the government to file an FIR. But this government will file an FIR if there's a photograph that they don't agree with, or if somebody has made a comment that he's holidaying, that's draconian. But somebody should tell Mr. Fadnavis that by that logic, the number of social media abuse that is being done by the BJP and the trolls from the extreme right wing, almost everybody will find himself in an FIR in a jail.
All right, Mr. Jha, thank you so much for joining us. We also have Mr. Nawab Malik from the NCP joining me on the phone line. Mr. Nawab Malik, your first reaction to this arrest that has taken place for panning the Maharashtra Chief Minister on a social networking site?
So this is kind of a threat Mr. Fadnavis has given on his Twitter. Enough, I will take a legal action. There he deported his own party army to file some FIR in the state of Maharashtra. It is definitely he wants to prevent people to express their views. I think a chief minister, if he is in a holiday mode, in America, he is roaming around with his wife and children and posting some pictures, then definitely the youth of the Maharashtra or country will react on it.
Right.
And now he is just filing FIR to create a threatened environment in the state. But I don't think the people of Maharashtra will be threatened by this kind of act.
All right, Mr.
And
Malik.
the people will react.
All right, Mr. Malik, thanks for joining us. There you have the opposition in Maharashtra slamming the move by the Maharashtra government over the arrest of the man who actually did not create that picture or that image, but did post it on a social networking site. Let's take a short break. News and updates.